Making pretty good progress with the shed. We have the posts ready to go. Over here we have the sill plates that go around the bottom. Those are ready to go. These larger ones right here are the plates that'll go on top that the rafters sit on. And we have the ties that connect the shorter walls together. And on the plates, basically we have all of the mortises cut. These just have mortises that the posts and the braces go into. And so we were chopping all the mortises yesterday. Tess has been working on all these brace housings. Just got a couple more to do. And then today I'm working on the braces. So just made all the cuts that we need to, and now I'm just squaring stuff up and gonna cut off the waist for the tenon through here. And then basically everything for the shed will be ready except for the rafters. So it's coming along nicely.
That's okay.
We are just working away at the shed site. Eric's up there clearing because we need a good area for the shed and kind of the surrounding area too, because the exterior of the shed is going to be a lot of storage for us, like wood and tools and stuff like that. So we need to get a pretty big area clear up there, and then he's also cutting a path for the tractor and just for cows and walking that'll go kind of up around and go up that hill, because there's another kind of pasture site up there that we need good access to. And then I am working down here on this little like terracey ledge, just working on making like a little footpath going up, since we live on hills. And just trying to make that accessible. And then we're gonna get some seed down and some straw because we might get rain tonight, which is exciting. And we've had really good luck even with colder temperatures lately with stuff still sprouting, especially like the perennial rye. It's pretty hardy. So yeah, we just really need to get this to a point where it's not gonna wash out since it is very steep. And you know, we're just working really hard on maintaining terraces, and we're gonna get maybe some stone, stuff like that here eventually, just to shore up any more like vertical walls. So yeah, our shed will be up here soonish. I don't know how soon we'll actually get the first bit built, but we are moving along. And most of it is already just sitting over there ready to go. All the parts of it are done pretty much, which is really nice. So once we get this cleared, we can get some rock down and then we can actually assemble. Today is shed assembly day.
Gonna try to put it up
as much as possible.
Yeah.
There are some parts in question because they're very big and heavy, like 19 feet long, and they have to go to some of the highest points. One of them is like the high front part.
Up 8 feet, which is not that high, but
it's heavy.
Interesting to see if we can do it or not.
You don't usually do these things with 2 people and no other real equipment.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We're gonna use the tractor as much as we can and just make our best effort.
Alright, I'm pretty much over.
So, this morning, we've mostly been trying to get, stop it, go. So this morning we have been spending a lot more time than we thought to get the foundation. No, the first sills, the bottom sills.
The sills, yeah.
In place and level and everything, because of course everything else will be based off of this. And it was just wonky. We couldn't figure it out. And we'd get one thing right and then something else would look off. And then we realized that this level is quite bent. So now we have to go back through, see how everything looks with a new expensive level. We have to run to town. And Appa, hey,
Come on,
do you know that I just laid all that straw?
stay.
So we're rechecking everything with our new level and seeing how off it is and then just adjusting. So hopefully it'll go a little faster now that we have a working level. Hopefully. Hey, do not. Stop it.
Okay, the sills are level, close enough. So basically we have all the blocks level. Now we just need to get it squared up, and then we're gonna peg the scarf joint together, and then just screw all of the individual timbers together. This block is too big to fit in between the pegs for the joint, so I'm gonna try to just knock off that piece of it so that the pegs clear it when you put the joint together. Hey,
Nice.
not bad. That'll work. Oh, it's bouncing a lot.
Just such a good song. Finally got the lower sills, bottom sills, I think that's what they're called, square and pegged and all things. And now Eric is going to grab the posts. I'm so excited to finally get the posts up. This is of course taking longer than we thought it would. That's okay. Usually it does.
That was satisfying. Had a pretty nerve-wracking moment thinking that the joints on this side were the braces coming in, that I had cut stuff wrong, measured it wrong. Stared at it for about half an hour, thought I was gonna have to remake new braces, but turns out stuff was just way out of plumb. And sometimes you just really have to crank on stuff a little bit. So that's what all these straps are. One strap going diagonal up to the post on this side and pulling it across. And that actually, there was big gaps over here on the brace. And when this pulled over, it just closed those up. And then there was still a little bit of gap up there at the very top. So put a strap on laterally. So yeah, sometimes you think that things are way off and it just needs to be strapped together a little bit.
Eric just went through and made all these cuts with the saw on the rafters. And now we're gonna go through with chisels and chisel these angles out. Have all of the rafters chiseled out. So I think we're pretty close to ready to get these installed.
Three and a half, 27.
Today we are working on the roof and gutters. That's what Eric's doing right now, which is not that thrilling, but just part of it. It'll be nice to have a roof on it for sure, because it's also supposed to rain tomorrow. We'll see if we get it on. Probably not. We'll see. But we're also going to fashion the gutters so that they lead into this livestock tank back here so that we have water for the cows at any point available, and just to make use of the roof up here to catch some rainwater, which I guess we can decide if we want that in there, because technically it's not totally legal from what we understand in our state. TBD. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
All right, we got the tin on a couple days ago and a gutter. The gutter took a lot longer than I thought it would, but that's all on now, and going to start working on putting some floor joists on across. Got another timber that I need to saw up to get some more boards basically for that. And then we're also gonna put in some boards going vertically in some of the larger openings and even up in between the rafters and the tie on the end, so we have something to nail siding to. So that's what we're going on next.
So we'll have a more permanent rain catchment system set up long term, but for now we have this big trough just under this downspout. And we had a good rain last night and there's a lot of water in here, which is really nice. So I can get that out bucket by bucket for the cows. They're finally starting to get some siding up. They're just working on the first boards on either side. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more done today. So we put this like vapor barrier kind of tape. Is that what it is?
It's actually just window flashing.
Just some
tape.
Extra protection for the timbers. And I guess the ends of the siding boards. Well, not really. Mostly just the timbers, huh?
Mainly just to keep as water comes down through here. Hopefully keep it from getting back behind this trim board and staying in between this and the post. The rest of it I'm not too worried about because there will be some air gaps and stuff for stuff to dry out with it being a shed. So probably not absolutely necessary, but figured we'd do it since we had the chance. The one other water factor that we have right now is this bottom board. You can't see it, but we actually beveled it back so that hopefully this creates a drip edge instead of having the water run back along the bottom of the board to the sill. Just try to get water away from the building. I don't know if it'll work or not, but figured we'd do it since we had the chance.
Nice bottom edges.
One wall down. One half wall down.
We got the sides, both ends, and the front done aside from the door. And it is looking so good. I really love the way it turned out. So today we are just trying to finish up the back. Then last thing will be the floors and building the door. Good fit?
Not bad.
We are almost completely done with the shed. The last thing is the doors, but Eric got the floors done today and they look so good. So the inside is done except for just getting some shelving and stuff like that up for storage. Here is the inside. It's mostly empty right now and it looks so good. He basically did kind of like a tongue and groove for the floors, and they look great and they feel really solid. And then up in the top, those tiny little windows, we just did screen just for some airflow and some light, and mostly to keep birds out. This isn't really going to be totally airtight to keep bugs and stuff like that out, but keep the bigger things out at least. And I just love it. The shed is 99% done. The last thing that we have to do is put the latch on the front. So we built doors over the last few days, and I think they look really good. Got those hung, and that was pretty much the last thing. Eric's also been getting it kind of organized. It's definitely going to be a bit of a catch-all since this is our only real storage. So we'll get our stuff out of our storage unit sometime in the next couple of weeks and put that in here too. So it's going to fill up, but it's nice to have his workbench in here and get things organized.